What's up, guys? I decided to do a locals challenge again, but this time I went on generals later, and I couldn't figure out a leader that could. I don't know. I couldn't find a leader that was like Pan. I really wanted to a leader that can draw twice a turn, awaken, or maybe even three times, like two times on my turn and one time on their turn. But there was like nothing that could come close to Pan in terms of drawing and advantage gaining. So I looked around, and the only leader that can draw twice on one turn, I'm sorry, the only leader besides Pan that can plus two was Trunks. So I decided to play Trunks today for my locals challenge. I think Trunks is really good. In my previous prototypes of this build, I was trying it out. I was playing Apes, March to the Apes, and I wanted to have board presence and every turn play absolute defense King Ape Vegeta, and then use it as like an attrition because I'm able to generate attrition through that card King Vegeta, and then gain double advantage every turn because every time it's my turn, I would do a super combo, right, and then I would draw two, and then when I attack with Trunks, I would draw one, so that's a plus two every time it's my turn. So I wanted to build a concept around that, and with March. So ideally, when I played it with March, I would go on turn, turn 4. I would evolve my King Vegeta, and then play absolute Trunks, or absolute King Vegeta, absolute defense of King Vegeta, and then after that, I would attack with him, and then I use the unyielding Trunks to untap 3 energies. So assuming I have 3 of them, then I will play March, right? So that's just kind of too an ideal of a scenario for me in this deck, where I would have 3 unyielding Trunks, 2 Apes, and a March. That's kind of like having all pieces of Exodia, if you guys ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! So I took all that engine out, and I just merely focused on playing King Vegeta and having attrition, and then comboing so where I can play. So yeah, of course, I always play, I played my King Vegeta, which searches for my attrition, and then I play 4 of these so that I can search for this package, basically this, right? And then whenever I want to combo on my turn or their turn, I can combo my rest shields. So I play 4 of these, and he's a Saiyan, so I can combo him on my opponent's turn as well, and they come into play rested for free without paying any mana. Some changes I made for this deck, taking out the Marches and taking out the Apes, was I played Bodyguard Logic. I think with Trunks, he has a hard time putting in cards on the board. He's mainly like he's kind of like Vegeta in a way, the old Vegeta, where he's kind of like a solo wolf. He likes attacking and doing most of the work. And I found that in most of my games, when I do a strategy where I'm using solely my leader to do all the damage, I tend to lose a lot of cards from my hand on the defense because I'm not recruiting enough. So I play Bodyguard Logic to help me get more cards on the board, as well as Gohan. And then since I'm playing red as well, I'm playing Topo. So Topo can be like an extra card I can play on my opponent's turn to negate an attack, and then he adds on to the overall body count so that I can swing harder every turn. So you always want to have like a board and plus every turn too. So I find that most of the times in most of my games before, I would always have Trunks by himself with like King Vegeta, but even then that was not enough. Sure, I can plus twice a turn, but I still need to have cards that that do a lot of pressure on my opponent to where they have to discard cards, to where it scales it down to where I don't feel like I'm losing all the time. So and then with Trunks, when he's unawakened, I try not to attack my opponent just so I can get a +1 with the super combos, because unawakened I can use this card to draw 2 cards, so it's a +1 unawakened, right? But I try not to attack their leader. I try to wait till they like attack me with their battle cards, and then I attack I would swing into a battle card and then super combo, so where I get a plus card. So Trunks is kind of cool in that sense, so that I'm not falling too far behind. And if I want to recycle my super combos or like any of my cards that replace themselves, I'll just use Trunks Overseeing Time, and he's at 4 cost. So this allows me to add my super combo back, and he's searchable by Planet Vegeta. So he's definitely a staple in Trunks, the Trunks leader. I think so. And he has double strike, which is really cool. So yeah, and then to end my opponent's turn, assuming I have a board, I would just play Nimbus Cloud because I'm playing yellow. So I nicknamed this deck Ruby Trunks because it plays 4 colors: red, U for blue, B for black, and Y for yellow. So I'm not playing a single green. I think I'm playing Goten, the Family of Justice, but that's only 2. So if you want to add G in there, that's fine. But I only play 2 in that deck. The reason I play Goten is that he's free to combo with Absolute Defense King Vegeta, and he snipes a card. He snipes developments. So that's why I played it. Overall, my tournament experience was I got 3-1. I lost my first round to my teammate Andrew. He was playing SJ3 Apes, so I know it was a very close game too. I'm glad that I recorded the whole match because I can show you guys exactly how the game went on. I had more cards in my hand than he did, but somehow he came out on top with certain things. But that's fine. So I guess I'll show you guys in the next segment how the deck works. Peace.
taught me, even when you're not around. If there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. I'm latching on, babe. Now I know what I have found. I'm so captured, got me wrapped up in your touch. Feel so enamored, hold me tight within your clutch. How do you do it? You got me losing every breath. What did you give me to make my heart beat out my chest? Now I've got you in my space, I won't let go again. Got you shackled in my embrace, I'm latching on to you. I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your